Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this tag called, I wrote everything down. It's called the Goth Industrial Nightclub Tag. It was created by a YouTube creator that goes by Amy Nekrotique. I don't really follow their channel too much because they identify more with industrial and I don't. So I found out about this challenge through a person called Jess and King. They tagged me in this about a year ago, but I didn't see it. And then they tagged me again like a few months ago, and I've been procrastinating it. One, because of the pandemic, I haven't been to a club in almost a year. So these questions I'm going to be answering are going to be about my experience from the time that I was 18 to last year. So, yeah. What is one song that you always dance to? Honestly, it depends on my mood and the whole vibe of the place. I like anything by Suicide and the Banshees, anything by The Cure. Yeah, like anything that just sounds really fun and has a good beat. I know that sounds very vague, but that's just kind of how I am. I don't want to say that I have loyalty towards certain bands, but like, it's not like I only dance to like a handful of musicians and then the rest of them I'm kind of mad about. But I kind of feel like it depends on my vibe and it depends on my mood and the overall energy of the place and everything. It's not a clear black and white answer. What are your all-time favorite club outfits? I typically don't wear the same thing all the time when I go out. When I first started going out, I liked just wearing shorts. Excuse me. Some really high knee boots, a tank top, or a crop top or something because I wanted to be able to dance. I knew it was going to get hot as I danced, and as when people started to pour in, and I would not carry a purse. I knew that things were going to fly out of my pockets or whatever, so I would wear really high boots, and I would stick my phone and some lipstick, my ID, and cash into like some really high boots. I would just stuff it into my cab and go out into town. If I needed to get on the bus or train or anything, then I would just go and get my Venture card right out of my boot. Like I didn't have to carry anything. I was able to dance. I wasn't worried about losing anything. Like it was great. Now I mainly travel with my boyfriend. I like to wear crop tops and long skirts, and they're different every time I wear them. I have different themes, different color schemes. I tend to like my style of dancing is very much so like belly dance fused in with typical goth dancing. So I tend to wear like these really nice handmade goth belly dance inspired outfits. Sometimes if I just want to hang out, I don't really feel like dancing or whatever, then I'll just wear like a dress. Like I have a skeleton dress that I really like, that's really short. I would layer that over some rip tights and boots and stuff. When I first started going out, I liked wearing stripper shoes. I like wearing my really high platform shoes that would be anywhere between 6 to 8 inches. Now, I don't wear them too often because I really can't commit to a whole night dancing in them big ass shoes. I know I'm still relatively young, but I feel like I'm too old for this ish. Like I need to protect my bones, I need to protect my health, my posture, and all that. So we're not doing all that today. But now I really like just plain black boots or even black gym shoes because they're comfortable. I can walk around in them, I can dance in them, I can stand in them. If somebody pushes me or bump into me, like I'm not worried, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fall. And it's gonna be really hard because I'm pretty high up. Or whatever. One thing that I like wearing heels and I love how it makes me feel and everything, but I really hate when random short girls come up to me and they're like, it's unfair that you're tall, you're wearing heels, and like I'm wearing heels and I'm not even your height when you're not wearing heels, and usually it's my height for the rest of us and we're flats. Or like when I do wear like some flat boots, they're like, good. I'm glad you're not one of those tall girls that are always wearing heels. I'm like, I am, like, fuck you. So that's like my only semi-negative experience, but I don't take it seriously. It's kind of annoying. Whatever. Who is your favorite club DJ? I'm gonna have to say Scary Lady Sarah. She's been a DJ for about 30 years. She's really dedicated to the goth scene. She does a lot of work to advocate for animal rights. Really does a lot of work. She like goes to protest for Black Lives Matter. Like, she's really sweet. She's activist, and like her and her husband like really set a nice vibe for the club. They have their own band, the Bellwether Syndicate, and they travel around. Like, she's like a world famous DJ, and she's honestly just so sweet and so welcoming. She encourages everybody who is new, who, you know, if you're really young, you know, she doesn't really care if you look goth or not. She doesn't really care about like if you're a person of color or not, which nobody should, but I have gotten like, I've had awkward conversations with people when I go to the club as a black person in the goth culture when it's mostly white people. Like, I never like had to do any type of microaggressions or anything from her. Like, even if I'm not requesting a song, I would just go up to the stage just to say hi to her and, you know, say thank you for putting on the club night and making everything fun for us. And I really like how when I go out and it's an event run by her, she really goes out of her way to make sure that everybody feels safe and comfortable, and like she works with security there, and you know, if anybody feels uncomfortable, if anybody is harassing you, if anybody's bothering you in any way, like you can tell her, you can tell security, and she will kick them out. There are people who are banned because they were harassing people, and I just really like that about her, that she values the safety and the overall vibe of the club scene. She doesn't just ignore you or anything like some other people would, just because they just want to hold on to those dollars. They want to, you know, try and get as many people in as possible, especially in a small scene. But no, she doesn't care about that. Like, if you come there and you're harassing people, you're making people feel uncomfortable, like, she will ban you not only from Nocturno, which used to be an event that was like every other month for about 30 years. Like, if she has like Bellwether Syndicate concerts, if she has Nocturnica, if she has like any other little club events going on, like, you're banned from those too. Like, she has no tolerance for that. And you know, I just really like her. She's really sweet, and like, she has like a nice variety of music, and she takes requests, and just like, she's nice. I like her. She's my favorite DJ. When you go to the club, are you more for the music and drinking, or there to hang out? It depends on the vibe, it depends on the music, it depends on who all over there. Because, you know, if I'm seeing friends that I usually only see when I go out clubbing, because our lives are so busy that like we only get to go out every once in a while, then like I'll go and chat and hang out with them. Like, the first thing I do when I arrive to like any local goth club is I would go and say hi to my friends. I go say hi to the DJ. I go hug everybody. I go say, hey, you know, nice seeing you. I go like look at people's outfits and like, oh my gosh, I like what you're wearing. Oh my gosh, I like what you're wearing. Like, we have those type of things, and like we chat, we catch up, and we talk about different things going on in our lives. Like, it's cool. So like, I go there for the music and to dance because I like to dance. I don't like going to places where the music is very good, but then I don't really have the space to dance. So it's like, why am I here? I can't even dance. So yeah, I do like the music. Music is the main reason why I'm there, because most places don't play this type of music. Most places don't cater to this type of scene. And it's really nice to be in a room full of other goth and alternative people, because outside of the club scene or any type of goth events, I'm usually the only goth person, and obviously in a professional environment I have to try and blend in as much as possible, so I'm not really able to be like outwardly goth in like a professional setting. Like I wear black scrubs and I live in hair wraps, and sometimes I wear my school one, and I have a bat shaped ear saver and all. I'll show you guys later, but I'm like trying to get it now. But yeah, like it's a nice vibe, you know. Like I go there to hang out and catch up with friends, be surrounded by other like-minded groups of people, and you know, just really enjoy that vibe. And I go there to dance and enjoy the music, so I like everything about it. It's nice. What was your favorite Goth Industrial Club experience like, and did you have fun that night? Well, if it's my favorite, that would mean I had fun. I don't particularly have a single favorite night, but I do miss this one club in particular that I used to be in Chicago for like 30 years called Neo, because it wasn't just a goth club. Like they had different nights. They had a night for industrial, they had disco, they had, which I'm not a huge disco fan, but I do appreciate that little variety that they had. Like they were open 7 days a week, so like sometimes if I'm out and about in the city late at night, I would be like, and it's like a Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or whatever, not the weekend, I would be like, okay, well, I don't really feel like going home, let me go check out Neo. And I would go and hang out in Neo and, you know, hang out with people. And like they had metal nights, they had goth nights, industrial nights, they had different DJs come in on different nights, there were different themes. Like it really brought people together, and it was just a really lovely. But the owner sold the place to a daycare that already existed that was across the street and huge. And Neo was like down an alley and around the corner. I don't get why anybody want to drop their kids off over there. I haven't been to that place since they closed it, but I do particularly remember that place. I remember the vibes. I remember the memories. And you know, the DJs have tried to like have Neo themed nights in different places, but it just, the vibe isn't the same. The DJs aren't the same. It just doesn't feel the same. They said they're like transitioning to a new place, but I don't think they're ever gonna get a new place, especially now with the pandemic and everything going on. So I don't know, maybe there will be a new goth club, new industrial club that is similar to Neo that comes about in the next few years after the pandemic, you know, that I can go that. But you know, that was one of my favorite places to be. I met so many kind, interesting people of all walks of life. There were people who were like elder goths, like in their 30s and 40s, who have been going to Neo for years, since before I even knew about it. There's people who are new to the goth scene. There are people like that just kind of lived around the area and was like, okay, this is a cool place to hang out, you know, whatever. I do miss that place. Like every time I think about going to a club or going out or dancing or anything, like, oh my gosh, that place like will always have a special place in my heart, because the vibe was just always great, and the music, and I just had so much fun. I'm so grateful that I was able to experience that before they closed down. And I feel bad for people who are younger, who are just now starting to enter their early 20s, who never got to experience Neo or clubs like it. And I noticed that within the past few years that lots of goth clubs around the world have just been shutting down like crazy. And it's like, what the heck is going on? Why all these goth clubs going out of business? It's not just the one in my local town. But yeah, I don't have any favorite nights, but that would happen to be like my favorite place to go as far as like the goth scene, culture, and stuff goes. So yeah. What is your favorite drink? Most of the time when I go out, I don't really drink alcohol. I just try and stay hydrated, so I mainly just drink water. If I am in a mood for an alcoholic beverage, then I would get like a hard cider. Like I really like apple ciders. I really like the rosé ciders. If I just feel like having something particularly carbonated, if I don't really want alcohol, then I would ask for a ginger beer. They usually add that to other drinks. like they do with seltzer water and stuff, but I would just get that by itself. I really enjoy drinking those. Yeah, other than that, I'm not really a huge drinker. Sometimes if I'm in the mood for a mixed drink, I would get like a cranberry vodka. Or sometimes I would just ask for cranberry juice just by itself. I don't even want the vodka, because vodka doesn't even taste good. Like, ew. If they had wine, like the kind that comes in like little boxes or like little bottles or whatever, like the little minis, then I would grab one of those. But really, I just try to stay hydrated and just drink as much water as I possibly can, and try not to pass out from all the dancing and all the people and everything. So yeah. Has anything embarrassing ever happened to you? I don't know if this counts as embarrassing, but one time I was out dancing and I saw this person. They had a weird vibe. I stayed away from them. I saw how other people were reacting to him, and I was like, I don't like that. I'm going to stay away from him, because I see how other people are migrating away from him, and I can feel his vibe. I can feel his energy. I'm like, I'm going to stay away. So I was dancing, and there was the person that I was trying to avoid, came into my area. So I moved all the way to the other side of the club. Then I started dancing, and next thing I know, that person is behind me. I'm like, okay, I'm not moving again. So he better stay over there, and I'm going to stay over here. So, I'm dancing, vibing, whatever. And this guy was dancing sporadically as fuck, and he has a full cup of beer. Like, it was filled up to the brim and spilling all over the place as it was. I'm like, why are you dancing with beer? And if you are going to dance with your beer, why wouldn't you just chill and just kind of rock? Why are you like flailing your arms and kicking your legs out and doing all this extra shit, and you have a full cup of beer? So, I'm staying away. I'm trying to avoid this person as much as possible. So, I'm dancing, and next thing I know, this person's closer to me than he was before. And he, does some type of sporadic movement with his arms in the air. I don't even know. And his whole cup of beer is just thrown on me. And I'm like, see, it would be one thing if you were just sipping on your beer and you were just kind of rocking back and forth, kind of chilling in one spot, and you were dancing, or you having to bump into somebody and just like a sip having to spill on me. I can understand that, because you're doing the most and your whole damn drink just threw on me. And he was a hot drunk mess. I was pissed off and I had to walk away, because I was ready to fight him. Like, I absolutely gave no fucks that this was a grown-ass man. Like, I was ready to fight him. So I walked away, and I told my boyfriend, about what happened, and he kind of works there. He's, like, on call. So he walked up to the guy and talked to him, just trying to see, what was going on with him. And my boyfriend was like, yeah, you're way too drunk. You don't need me more. Let me get your wristband, because at the club, Metro, where Nocturne is held at, you get alcohol wristbands. Not everybody wants to drink, but like they give you wristbands in case you want to drink, and the bartender knows that you're clear to drink or whatever. And they do this because Nocturna is an 18 plus event, so not everybody can drink there, and they know that anybody that's trying to get drinks and they don't have a wristband is probably underage. So my boyfriend just walked up to him and snapped his wristband in half, like, you don't need any more drinks. And then he told somebody else that was actually on duty, like, hey, get this guy, he just threw a drink on my girl, and he's drunk, and, other people were complaining about him harassing them. So he gets kicked out, and I just go outside to take a deep breath. And I thought, well, I'm just going to take a deep breath, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I'm going to try to dry off, and I'm still going to try and enjoy my night. But, once I pulled myself away and was outside, I was talking to friends, and they were asking, like, hey, what happened to you? And I told them the story about what happened, and I was just like, you know what, I just want to go home. My night is completely ruined. I didn't even go back inside to try and say bye to my friends and let people know that I was leaving. I was so done that night. So yeah. Another thing that happened that I don't know if this counts as embarrassing or not, but occasionally we get people that go to the goth club just to harass goth people, goth women in particular, and like they'll make condescending jokes at us. They'll try and flirt with us. You know, they have this idea that, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to a goth club and I'm gonna get me a goth girlfriend, and you know, I'm gonna take her home, and you know, I'll have her wearing color in no time, and yeah, those type of people. So I was dancing, and I saw these guys. They didn't really look like they belonged, and I don't judge people based on whether or not they left goth in the club, but it does catch my attention because usually when there is an issue with anybody in the club, if anybody is harassing me, if anybody is bothering me, if anybody, you know, is trying to pick me up or whatever, it's usually somebody that is not goth, and it's usually somebody that's not a part of our local scene whenever I have a problem with somebody. So I was dancing, and then I see these guys take their phone out, and I see the flash go on, and then I noticed that they were recording me, so I kept moving, and then they kept moving, and I kept moving, and then luckily this guy that's really tall, he's over 6 feet, he got in between me and the guy, and every time they tried to like go around him to get to me, he like blocked their path and intimidated them, I guess, and then they went away, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, like now I can go back to having fun. So thank you to that person. I don't know his name, I see him all the time, but yeah, he's like really tall, and like he has a broad frame, and like, you know, I guess I intimidated them and got them to leave me alone. But I ended up telling security, like, hey, these guys were recording me, these guys are taking pictures of me, those guys over there that are like in the button down shirts and khakis, like I don't know if they have pictures of me on their phone or not. So security made them take out their phone and was like, hey, do you have pictures of so and so? Go do your camera reel right now and delete them. And you know, they talked shit to the security, and then eventually they pulled out their phone and was like, see, I don't have any pictures of her. But I don't know if they like sent it to themselves or emailed it to themselves and then deleted it because they knew they would be caught or what. But it's just like, ew. Like, why are you taking pictures or videos of people that you don't even know without their permission? And I was clearly trying to avoid him and avoid the situation, and it just continued. So yeah, I'm not sure if those instances count as embarrassing, but they definitely rubbed me the wrong way and kind of ruined my night a little. I have other stories about other odd instances, but I think that should just be another video. So I'm gonna move on. What would, like, if you can do your own club thing, what would it be? I would just compile a huge playlist of all my favorite songs from back when I used to go to Neo, and look at old playlists that the DJs posted on Facebook and kind of scour through those songs and like just pick all the best like straight up hits, you know, things that you would just straight up dance to, and I would just have that play because I miss being able to go to Neo. Because one thing I like about Neo is that like I can go to Neo and just dance the night away. Like at first it'll start off slow, but once it gets going, it's just like hit after hit after hit. You know, like every song is a bop you could dance to or whatever. There would be like some slower transition of songs to help give you a break, but like they were still bops and you can still vibe with them. Because I don't like it when I go out to the club and only at the end of the night do they start playing good music, and by that time I'm like ready to go home. Or lately within the past few years there's been this trend at Nocturne where the DJ is playing a lot of industrial and cyber music when it used to be more towards like it was like a mixture of like 80s goth and punk music, and then she would sprinkle in a few newer bands as well, and then some other stuff too. And like maybe like 2 or 3 songs of the night would be like goth or would be like industrial or cyber. But now it's like most of the night, and it's not even good industrial. It's like this really basic house music that just feels weird, and like I can't vibe with it. I don't know what's going on, so I can't really dance to this. So I would just hang out and talk to friends. But I do miss just being able to go out and just dance the night away. So if I can do my own club theme, I don't know what I would call it, but like I would just pick out all my favorite songs that are just straight up pops that you can just dance the night away to, and just have it play throughout the whole night so that there's a nice smooth flow, and you can just really dance, you can really vibe, and you can feel the music, and it's just great, and it's so memorable. So like that's what I would do if I can do my own club thing. Advice for anyone interested in going to a goth or industrial club night. If that club has like a Facebook page or a Facebook group that you can join, I highly suggest doing that. And just introducing yourself, just say, hey, my name is so and so, I'm new, I haven't been to this area, I haven't gone out to any clubs, or this will be my first time ever going out to a goth club, whatever. Like I would really appreciate if you guys would just say hi to me, or whatever. I'm looking to make some new friends, and like you can connect with other people when you go there. I mean, before you go there, and then by the time you go, and people can like recognize you, like, hey, are you that girl that posted and blah blah blah, and you're like, yeah, and then like you can make friends that way, because that's kind of a thing that I did. Like my first time intentionally going to Nocturna. The first time was kind of an accident because I went to a fashion show, and then the fashion show turned into Nocturna, and I ended up going back intentionally. I'm like, hey, this is my first time going. Is anybody else going out tonight? I would love to like meet new people, make new friends, or whatever. So I did that, and I ended up making some friends, and that was pretty cool. And as I was going out more and more frequently, I started to see some of the same people. I started to see some of the same faces, and then those people would be like, hey, if you like this, then maybe you'll like that. And I'll go check out this other thing. Like, hey, if you like these 2 things, then you'll like this too. And I'll try this too. And then like occasionally people like find out about raves and stuff. I've never been to a rave, but I've always wanted to go. But now I kind of have these feelings about it because I don't do drugs. I know that rave culture is like very like ecstasy, Molly, edibles, kind of heavy. And I'm like, I don't know if I trust those people and the type of drugs they on. I know people do drugs already going to regular clubs, but like rave culture is like on a whole other level. But yeah, like I would recommend just like reaching out to people and trying to make friends before you go, so you feel like a little bit more familiar before going. I recommend getting like a fanny pack, or like one of those really skinny or just shoulder sling bags, and just put your phone, your wallet, or just like your ID and money, or in like a bus card, or whatever you need, and like some lipstick, some chapstick. Maybe use my eyeliner in case your makeup smudges or whatever throughout the night. But if you put on like a good primer before you put on your makeup and do like a nice setting spray, then things will last a lot longer. Another thing that I would recommend is once you meet new people, you meet new friends, maybe try and meet up with them at the club. Maybe try meeting up at somebody's house and getting ready there. It'll be more fun as you're like anticipating the night to go. Eat before going. You will get hungry. In some places, they don't allow you to take smoke breaks, or allow you to just get stamped or just get a wristband and get reentry. Like once you're in, you're in. But once you go out and you try and come back in, you'll have to pay again. So like definitely look into their policy about whether or not you can go in and out as freely if you just need to go and get like a bite to eat and come back, or something. If you're underage and you're interested in going to a goth club, Most of them are 18 plus. Sometimes. In some places, you can find places that are like 16 plus, or just like 16 to 21 or something like that. Look into, what their ages are before going. Because some places are 18 and up, and most places are 21 and up. And if you're under the age of 21, you're not going to be able to get in. And, don't try and get a fake ID, because security is trained on all of the fake IDs. They know how to tell what's real and what's fake, and you will be embarrassed. And, just don't do it. Don't harass people. That's a given pretty much anywhere you go. Wear shoes that are comfortable to dance in, as well as comfortable to walk in, especially if you're taking the bus or a train, or if you drive and you're gonna park like a few blocks down and back again. If you're a woman traveling alone, try and leave with a group of friends. It's dangerous out here. Watch your drinks. I recommend don't get like blackout drunk. Just drink a little bit just to chill out. Don't try and drink with the intention of just getting wasted. Just drink with the intention to just try and relax and take the edge off and, get a little comfortable with the night or whatever. But, don't go out and just be out here, especially if you're by yourself, because that's very dangerous in so many ways. And just, don't do that. Let's see if there is anything that I wanted to add. If you're a person of color going to a goth club, then definitely try and link up with other people of color in your scene, especially if you're black. Find other black people in the scene to be friends with, because it's a cool thing to do. Bring extra money in case there's vendors there. If they sell any cute art, any jewelry, any handmade items that you may want to take home for the night, bring a little extra for that. Bring a little extra for drinks. Bring cash. Most bars are cash bars only. And if they do have ATM there, their ATM fees are on an average of $3. But some places are expensive. They only charge $5 to $7 for ATM fees, because they really just want to milk that out. So have cash ready if you want to get stuff from the bar, especially tip the bartenders. Have cash ready if you want to go and get something from the vendors. Some vendors do have an ATM thing on their phone, but cash is better. Have good setting sprays. Use primer before putting on your makeup. Spray your setting sprays on. If you're wearing contacts to the club, test drive those contacts on a day when you're not going out to a nightclub, just to see how comfortable they are, because it is so awful to go out to a club and then halfway through your contacts start to kill you. Oh my gosh. And you end up having to just rip them out and throw them away. Because I ended up having to do that one time. If I would have brought my little eye container, then I would have been able to rinse them and soak them and save them for later. But no, I had to throw a pair of contacts away, and I think they were between $25 and $30, which isn't a lot, but still, it kind of sucks to have to throw things away. But that's my advice. If you guys have any other questions, if you want to share your experiences below, I would love to see, what your experiences are. I'm going to try and copy and paste these questions down below in the comment section or in the description, just in case any of you guys want to join in on this challenge as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys later. Bye.